Hello, hello, good evening. Happy Thursday. How do we like the ominous music this evening? I specially picked it out for tonight's sketching. Don't mind the noises, I'm just getting some stuff set up. Hello, Forgotten Man. Hello, Emily Kruger. How are you tonight? Like I said, I picked out the music especially for this evening, and I'm super thrilled. I'm excited. I don't know why. I lately been on kind of an evil kick, and tonight you are going to help me create the villain for our world, I guess, the world that we're creating. Please be sure before we get started to hit the thumbs up, hit that like button for me if you wouldn't mind, because it would be villainous not to. Just kind of get into the character. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry for that noise. Hang on a second. I need to get a new case for my iPad. The rubber bit broke off, and so it doesn't stand as well as it should. And so it just fell into my blinds. Let me put it up here. Is it Halloween? No, it's not Halloween. Does it have to be Halloween to do scary things? Just thought it would create an atmosphere. So when we last left our world a couple weeks ago, apologies for not being live last week, but I hurt my back. And I see a hand too, and I hear a voice. Hey, TD! I hurt my back last week, and I was out for the count, and just sitting in certain positions for too long was just not good. So I'm back. When we last left our world, we were with this friendly, happy little dude, little Keffin. One of my personal favorites. I got a lot of comments on Keffin. A lot of people said he's great. Yes, TD, it's much better. I need to start incorporating certain back exercises and stretches. I hurt my back several years ago, and so sometimes if I overexert myself, just the slightest bend. All right, I'm gonna just be old for a second. I literally bent over to pick a shoe up and threw my back out. Anyway, we're not talking about how old I am. Let's talk about how old you guys are. That's what's scary. But anyway, we last left Keffin, and I got a lot of awesome responses from this character that you guys helped me create. And let's just kind of recap before we get into our villain, if you don't mind. I kind of forgot the species that he is. I do remember that I titled it a koala weirtoad, but we renamed him. I forget who it was, but helped us come up with a really cool name. So let's just kind of read about Keffin here. I see down here, his species is the Ars du Roche, if I'm saying that correctly. Okay, that's sinister. Shouldn't happen to a 19-year-old. If only that were the case. Thank you, though. His species is an Ars du Roche, known also as the stone bear. All right? But as a derogatory term, they're known as weird toads, right? Because I really love that. Anyway, this weir, what? This weir is he. What did I write? Okay, I'm going to try to read what I actually wrote. I need to do better, Tabitha. This weir is he is a. I can't even. I don't even know what I was trying to say. He's a rock that transforms the weir in this is that he is a rock that transforms into this toad. The magical stone is what keeps Kefin from transforming back into a rock. He is a simple, happy creature. He can only speak his name. I forgot that detail. That's right. We decided that he's like a Pokemon and that he can only say his name. He stole the stone from a Quackalin named Gus. Bitter enemies. Eventually, a Chiropanthea named Carl crosses paths with Kefin while searching for a wife. Kefin knows where the females live and is also in need of a new stone. He will help Carl find his true love if Carl helps Kefin find a new powerful stone. And we also remember that Kevin's not quite as sweet as he looks, right? Because he doesn't share these rocks, these stones, with his other people. They are left to be stones until the certain cycle of the moon. Kefin refuses to share with them because he doesn't want to risk turning into a rock himself. So, you guys are going to laugh. You guys are going to laugh at my starting sketch. So, I'm going to erase it, so don't laugh at me, okay? Here it is, the grand reveal. Anyway, I had this idea of what I was going to go for, and I just started sketching. And if you guys follow me and you checked out my recent short for today, I was talking a little bit about how I want to do more sketches because I'm just not really that good about angles and proportions when it comes to people, and I want to get better at that. Sounds like I have allergies. I am so sorry. I really apologize for that. I did cut the grass yesterday, and normally the outside world doesn't affect me, but as I've gotten older, the outside world has decided to hate me. Indeed. Okay. I apologize for all the sniffing. I swear it's not cocaine or anything. All right, so I got rid of that. Oh, what is this? Oh, I forgot that I started this over on my Twitch channel. Well, that's a nice little plug for myself. Follow me on Twitch if you don't. I do drawing over there as well as play video games. Well, let's forget about that. If you're not good at it, what should I say? You say, good job, Tabitha, for trying your best. So, okay, guys. I know that we try to create this world together. I'm just going to go ahead and start sketching if you don't mind. But I know we try to create this world together, right? And you guys have been phenomenal. So I've already got kind of an idea of this villain and a little bit of the backstory. But of course, I didn't want to leave you guys out of it, so I want you to help me out. So, here we go. As I try to figure this out, I'm going to revert back to the old sketching days, try to figure this out. But if I can get what's in my head... TD. Good job, Tabitha. Trying your best. Thank you. So, I know it's not very dark. So anyway, I was thinking of this villain. Originally, I was thinking of having something that was kind of human, with like weird hands or legs that were like gangly and maybe almost like a bunch of tentacles kind of thing that weren't tentacles. But then I started thinking of something else. I started having this weird little vision. Let's see if we can create this. And I don't know why I think of bad things, but here we are. And let me get my reference up. Tabitha, you should have done that beforehand. And I was thinking, what if... Because we haven't made any... You guys notice we haven't made any humans yet. And I was thinking, what about a world where... I need help with this nose. My apologies. But I was thinking, what if this was a world where humans at one point existed and they don't really exist anymore? And they were the bad guys. Now, I'm not trying to go all weird and be like, this is trying to depict our world and all that nonsense. And I'm just like, what if? What if? What if in this story the bad guys were humans? And there was something special about the humans. And there was this creature that decided he wanted to become a human. He is not a humanoid creature in and of himself, but he wanted to know, kind of like, if you will, if you remember the Jungle Book. King Louis wanted to be a human. There was something about being human that was alluring. So what if this creature wanted to become human, but of course he really couldn't become totally human. So all of a sudden, I had all these weird ideas, but what if, guys? All right, you help me build this story, okay? But what if a Chiropanthera... You guys remember what a Chiropanthera is? Our dear beloved friend, Carl? What if he wanted to become human? And I really am just kind of winging it here with my character creation. We're just going to kind of sketch things out and see where it goes. But if I can get what's in my brain here... But I just kind of thought, oh my goodness, what if Carl... And we remember, let's go back. If you remember, Carl is a mixture here of a bat, a lion, a grasshopper, and then he's got that parasitic tail Guts over here, but technically not part of the species. And I just kind of was like, man, that would become an even creepier animal. And what would that look like? So, of course, it would kind of look like a vampire or something like that, but I was just like, but he's not, but the cool part is he's not actually a vampire. But that's just an idea that I had. What do you guys think so far? And then the other thing is, how would a creature like that become? I'm sorry, I'm trying to shift here. How would a creature like that become human? You know, we haven't really figured out, like, does he look a bit grumpy? Well, he's supposed to. He's evil, you know. I gotta figure out. I'm not good, honestly, at drawing, like, a lot of different kind of creepiness characters. This is part of the sketch. If I could really, I'm not really. I do draw a lot of creepy things, but I'm not necessarily that good at it. Hey, Anonymous. Let's call him your average Twitter user. Exactly. I'm just, kind of sketching things out right now. We'll flesh out some details here, but how in the world would he become human? And we kind of crossed over Kefin and Carl and stuff like that. So a lot of these characters, and Gus and Kefin, and so I was just kind of like, how would this work? So I don't have a lot of experience with these evil characters, so bear with me. But what do you guys think? Is that kind of an evil character, if I could just get the face right? I like your sketchbook. It's very stylish. Thank you. Yeah. If you don't know, if you're new around these parts, a subscriber sent this to me off of my Amazon wish list. If you're interested in that and helping out and supporting the channel, it's in the description box. I don't like how round this guy's face is, but we'll figure it out. I do want his face to be distorted. I do. I would really like for it to be really distorted. What kind of pupil are we going for? What does Carl have? Carl doesn't have any pupil. Oh, and that one he does. But should we give him snake-like pupils? Yeah, those little slits. This is not going... See, this is where you need to trust the process, Tabitha, because he is not looking... He's not looking exactly how I wanted. I'm trying to focus too much on the details. Let's just kind of sketch. Let's see. And then I want him to have... I don't want him to look like a cat. So that's the fun part too about creating characters like this. And the challenging part is that they can, look like certain creatures when you're trying to go for something. Something completely... It's not terrible. Carl has really big ears. He's kind of supposed to. I'm not very good with expressions. Hey, Brett! How are you? I'm not very good with the expressions. I'm working on it. I would like him to be angry. I'm glad you're doing good. Let's try to get these a little bit colored here. I was thinking of kind of like an elongated, let's see. Like kind of like an elongated jaw or something like that, but I figured if I could kind of sketch out I just don't want him to look too... I mean, he is part lion. Here we go. I need to look at some references. I am trying to do more in my own head, but there's just some times where you just... Here we go. You need... There we go. You need help. You need help. That helps. Hey, Keely Chow, how are you doing this evening? We're trying to work on a villain here. It's not exactly... Let's see. I kind of wanted his nose to, like, split open his face. Honestly, that's kind of what I wanted. Which is not very human, I know that. But, and his ears are still looking a little too cat-like. I mean, I for sure would not want to meet this in a dark alley, but... Yeah, it would have been really cool if his nose would have, like, split open his head somehow. I know that sounds gross. But, let's see. Oh, maybe this is better with the ear. But how in the world, like, so that's the story I was trying to think of. How in the world would a character like this develop and discover the magic required to transform into a human, a long forgotten race known as the humans? And what exactly, I mean, this is kind of a nice social experiment too. You know, the world is a pretty horrible place right now, but it always has its moments, right? There's still some good people in the world, right? Humans aren't all bad. Like, we're all here together, right? We're not all bad. So, what would cause an evil creature to want to become a human? What could that possibly benefit this character? What exactly it would be alluring about humans? He's not just human, he's inhuman. Right. Well, so originally he is a lion, bat, grasshopper creature, right? So then he somehow becomes part human. So... So what would do that? Let's see. I might need to erase this and just make that... Ooh, there we go. That looks better. And just make that kind of like shadows. We'll add some more details and things like that as we go along. But what do you think it is about us? Hey, the lovely Sherry, how are you this evening? We're creating evil people, villains, for a fantasy world. What do you think it is about humans that would cause a creature, an evil creature, to want to be a human? Humans feel empathy. Hey, Elsa Barrett. Humans feel empathy. They do. Is that beneficial for an evil person? You know, is it because of our hands? You know, that's what separates us from the animals? That this person thinks that it would be better to be human? Humans have... I mean, this is also a fantasy world, guys, so we could also come up with something else. I just think it would be interesting. A lot of times, we as humans often be like, oh, it's so cool if we could be part whatever, right? Like, we have our werewolves, we have our vampires. We have our werebears and all of that kind of stuff. So we have humans that want to be animals. What would cause an animal to want to be human? What could benefit them? He seeks for power and control. I like that. And let's see. And thought humans were the apex of what he wants. Most likely the creature won't share happiness emotion with others. It can't be evil. It's not human. I don't know about that. I think it can't. I mean, just look at this guy. I mean, he doesn't look like he's been selling Girl Scout cookies, right? I mean, oh, should we leave the whites of the eye? Does that look better? Oh, maybe I should do that. Let's have a look. See. Ooh. Okay. I need. Where's my special eraser? Now we're talking. Okay. Hang on a second. Guys. If you remember, Carl is looking for Mrs. Carl. Is he not, right? And if chiropantheas don't find their mate, they die. So what if this dude here became human? Because it was said that humans could survive without a mate, right? But not realizing that there is a consequence for being alone, right? Because kind of like what you guys were saying, like all the other emotions that humans feel, kind of comes with it. And so because he didn't actually get what he really, really wanted, that's when he becomes kind of evil here. What do we think? It's still rough, kind of a rough draft of an idea, but have you tried the Loomis method with drawing faces? Lots of YouTube tutorials on how to draw facial expressions. I find them helpful. I don't even know what that is, so I will have to look it up. I'm working on sketching. I'm working on getting better at sketching. Like I said, if you guys follow me and you saw my short from today, I am trying to get better about that. Okay, so I've got, I mean, it's kind of a rough sketch here. But you kind of have something that could have kind of potentially be a human earlobe here. Face is kind of, going down. Shrinking down in size because Carl's pretty big. Being human is not everything cracked up to be. Am I right? And so this guy discovers that the hard way. So yeah, I mean, I don't think he's too bad for a first go around. Not exactly the menacing creature I was hoping for, but I'm not mad. I like it. Like I said, I wouldn't want to meet it in a dark alley. Okay, so we've got... I am left-handed, yes. Yes, I am. Thank you for noticing. Gains his perceptions of humans. Ooh, from artifacts left behind. Yes, yes, and maybe that's what it is. And whatever was left behind... And whatever was left behind gives the impression that humans were this mysterious, powerful... Yes, I am going to totally go with like a cape here. Powerful race. He needs to be disfigured some way, though, I think. So, like, Carl has his legs on backwards because he's, you know, part cricket, if you will. And maybe there's also, you know how it's so funny because sometimes that just life is just like that, you know? So he was trying to escape having to have that, you remember that's what is it called? A symbiotic relationship, you know, that he was trying not to have that parasitic tail in order to survive, right? Like what Carl ended up doing with Guts, otherwise he would die. But this guy can't remain in this condition forever. If he wants to avoid having that parasitic tail, he will have to consume whatever serum it was that he took that made him this way. Maybe that's kind of like what the deal is. And so inevitably when trying to outrun the original problem, he still ends up with basically the same scenario but just different, slight different situation. So maybe he has like kind of like a hump. So he comes down. Wait, that's too high. Disfigured creature. Let's see. I don't. Let's see. So let's just kind of build us a skeleton here. Because this looks like it would just be... So if he was hunched over, he'd have to kind of be like this, right? So, okay, we're trying to do another difficult scenario where not only am I trying to create this humanistic, which he's not really, but like exactly the Hunchback of Notre Dame, but I need to think of, now I need to look at pictures of Hunchback because I don't want his shoulder to get in the way. So let me look at these pictures of what they look like. Okay, that dude's totally not. He kind of looks like the evil version of Black Panther. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this was like his. Let's say this was his shoulder. Of course, he's going to be, you know, muscular because evil dudes are like that. Right? But let's see. Let's look at Quasi here. So his shoulder. Okay, so the problem I have is that I don't have it up high enough. Okay. So we're learning. We're learning as we go along. So basically, this would need to come out this way. And his shoulder would be here. Maybe he's looking. Maybe he's turning his neck. got some. Let's use these mistakes here to our advantage. Maybe. Black Panther's arch nemesis, White Panther. I'm just gonna kind of sketch. I don't know. Harder than you think, guys. Harder than you think. The cape he kind of uses to hide his deformity, even though it's kind of impossible. Let's see. Aha! That's what. It's amazing. These tiny details. We change the direction of this little line here. Makes it go this way. So it's like he's looking at us. Okay, so. I might have to go off the page here, but. Politically correct Caucasian panther. So yeah, he uses his cape to kind of hide. Is that one? I kind of wanted to be up. What do we think, guys, so far? I help me out here. I'm sure you guys have seen more menacing creatures, but what do we think so far of this creature that is partially, this sadistic creature trying to be human because he thinks that's where it's at. I think this is the goal. And we're just gonna switch the music too because it's like it's a little much. I just kind of wanted to set the mood, but mood set. We know he's evil. I'm not very skilled with the deformities and all of that, but so he's got. I'll work on this, but I know scary things are not everybody's cup of tea. I understand that. And I know that this is probably for some people, if you're into the horror franchise and whatnot, this is probably not even that scary, but thanks for hanging out anyway. So let's just think about this for a second. If he's the bad guy, Carl's trying to find the female. Do we want this to be one of these jealousy tropes? Eventually he runs into Carl. I'm just gonna maybe go off to the other side here. Looks like he's about to sit in front of his piano and start playing and singing Peaches. Oh my. I love Gargoyles on Disney Plus. Your drawing reminds me of that show. Okay, well that's good. I never got to watch Gargoyles. I always wanted to. Is it a good show? Is it worth watching as an adult? Like we're talking about like the original Gargoyles, right? Let's see. Okay, gonna have to start with a strict figure. You never watched one of the best shows on Disney? I wasn't allowed to watch that growing up. I always wanted to. Let's see. I'm gonna start off with a really weird hand here at the beginning, but that's okay. Remember, it's all part of the sketch process. I'm not very good with hands, so I'm still working on that. Of course, it helps that he's deformed, but I'll refine it. Don't worry. I'll refine it. Let me just try to get a general sense of what I'm doing here. Of course, he's gonna have those evil claws. Maybe he's making some kind of weird hand gesture. Let's see, what do you have? He just has the four fingers. I mean, I don't want to. What would make him? What would intensify his scariness, his horror aspect? Like, what is it? The ears? Like, is it? Maybe it's the cleanness of his face. Like, there's not enough like little wrinkle things. Maybe his face is too long. What do we think could make him look more ominous, more scary? Like I said, I mean, I draw some scary things, but nothing really super scary. So I could use some help. Give him red eyes. I didn't plan on color in this, but red eyes always help. That's why I figured if I gave him white eyes, kind of like the little whites of his eyes, but that's not a bad idea. Hair growing out of his ears. Would that make him scary or would that make him look like a grandpa? Give him purple, pink, green hair and let him scream. The patriarchy. Yeah. Another one of the problems that humans face, right? Not all rainbows and glitter and unicorns. Let's just give him some shading here. Some general shading. I mean, I'm pretty happy with him. Is he the scariest creature on town? No, but I think we could make him scary. Give him some scars. Oh, something went wrong in the transformation. So besides this weird, which his back isn't really all that hunched, is it? It could just it's something. We'll just work with it. Okay, so scars. Okay. I was trying to do that with his head. I hate to type in, like... I gotta be careful with what I type in here. Okay, that's not so bad. I'm not so... So, let's revisit. I'm thinking more mutilation that caused the scars. Mutilation. So, it's a good idea there, Forgotten Man. Let's think. Let's see. Let me look at some of these references here. Ah, where'd the one go that I had? The bird. What if... maybe like a zombie feature. How would you... I'm not very... Again, I'm not very good at this, so... How would I do a zombie feature? I'm just gonna kind of sketch around again. No, that doesn't look right. I really thought it'd be cool if half of his face was split open. Let's see. Well, that doesn't give me anything either. Split face, and I get drawings of pretty girls? I mean, let's be real. You know, girls can be two-faced, but I don't really want to type in horror drawing, but I'll just cover my eyes. Okay. Okay, some of these are simple. I can handle that. That guy's pretty cool. I like your sketchbook. Thank you. I don't know how to do a zombie like... because I don't... That's another area that... So, like, I don't exercise, you know, the muscle of creativity in that field. So... so I'm limited on my understanding of that, so I'm trying to... What if I had... Oh, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Let's see. I don't... Maybe it's... Just kind of rearrange the face a little bit here. Gosh, how to creepify this dude. I don't have any... Let's see, do I have any red pencils here? That's brown. I only have markers. I have some red. The original Night of the Living Dead is the only good zombie movie. Everything else is just copycat. I'm not a horror person, so here, I'll give him a little bit of red in the eye. I don't know if you can see that, but it's there. Maybe sometimes it's about intensifying certain lines. So I think there's something maybe wrong with his mouth, perhaps. Maybe it's almost like if that was higher up, more exposed. Well, everybody has their idea of what is scary. Now I feel like he just looks like he might have a mustache. I'm pretty sensitive. I might be doing too much. Hey, a Troubled Green! I'm trying to create a creepy character, and I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it, but now I feel like I've just given him a mustache, and that's not scary. How are you, a Troubled Green? How are you doing? If you didn't get to see my episode of having a Troubled Green on my channel where I taught another YouTuber how to paint, you should totally check that out in the playlist. And we had a good time painting. We had some unexpected delays in that episode. Certain products kind of backfired. And as we tried to scramble to figure it out. All right, so maybe villains are hard. And does he look better with teeth, without teeth? I kind of liked that giant, like, but is that too expected? You see, it was fun. Coming soon to the channel, May 12th, I'm going to be having another YouTuber on the channel, and it's going to be fun. What is it about this mouth? Maybe I need to look at these scary images a little bit. So I was trying to go for, you know, how some of them have like this smile and it's like all gums, right? Oh. Okay, now the bottom portion I don't like. That top portion's giving me go to bag. Hello, good evening. We're trying to figure out this dude. Because I know a lot of times, like, when it's a lot of, like, gums. That's when it's good. But I don't know. I can't. I don't know anybody that does like a lot of horror sketches, so I can't like hit them up and be like, dude, can you help me? Because like Makini Draws does all these gorgeous, voluptuous women. They're not scary. I wonder if he would know though. He's like the only other person I really. Okay, this dude. See, this dude has a freaky mouth. What is it about this mouth? So it kind of curves up. And then it goes up higher. Maybe that's what it is. And then you. The mouth is always the toughest. Yeah. And I'm not sure. And then is it just like the whole mouth full of long teeth? Is this what we need to be doing the whole time? I don't know that that makes him any scarier, guys. Like, honestly, I think that just makes him look cartoony, like, and not in a good way. Maybe the teeth are too big. It's something about this lower portion of the mouth. Maybe there's too much closed mouth. Yeah, I don't know if it needed to be closed mouth, but maybe it does. But like a really high mouth. So that if he opened it, it would just split his whole face in two, kind of thing. I should just stick with my dragons. Do we honestly believe that he looks scarier this way? I'm having my doubts. I mean, he's freaky, don't get me wrong, but does it need to be done? I mean, he just kind of looks like... See, now he's starting to look more like a cat. And that's scarier but creepier. Yeah. I don't want him to look like a charlatan. I want him to be evil creature. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I took off his ear on this other side. Let's just pause from that for a second. Would it look better if his ear was down? Do I need to bring his ear back? Like, what? Something needs to happen with the forehead, I think. Think of the Joker. He doesn't look scary as much as he does creepy. This is true. This is true. But you're right. I've seen some scary pictures of the Joker, though. Maybe. No, that looks awful. You like the mouth? Okay, I don't like the bottom portion here, though. Maybe it's his jaw, guys. Like, we're just gonna do some plastic surgery here. Maybe it needs to come out more. Ooh, what about an overbite? But maybe his things is... It's just making him look more feline, I think. I love this. Hello, Shadowhawk. I love this villain. Looks like an owl cat thing, and I can easily see it wanting to do villainous deeds. Hey, Chris the Geek. Well, so, guys, if you're just popping in, I'm trying to make him the evil version of Carl. The backstory is that... he doesn't want to... He think that somebody had suggested that he found old relics of humans, and he thinks that humans are where it's at. not realizing that we humans have our own problem. Because in this world, we haven't created humans yet, right? And so he somehow, which we haven't figured that out yet, he somehow has gotten hold of magic so that he turned himself into partially a human. But he's just distorted. And I feel like I just need to bring back some teeth. I feel like that should be easy to. Um, I feel like we're on to something, guys, but I can't quite figure out what it is. And now I've given him an Adam's apple. Good lord. I don't want him to be that human. Give him just a longer face. I don't know what it is. I do like actually the idea of the cape hood thing going up higher to try to kind of hide more of who he is. Okay, I have to ask, are these characters from a story of yours? Well, they're kind of in development. If you haven't been around, Alasia, we've been creating our own fantasy world. We started off with Feegle Feigl, and he's a dragon that can actually heal. It's almost like the breath, he doesn't breathe fire, he breathes healing, but for a price. Then next, thanks to Know Me Without You, we made Tuerto, the food truck dragon, the taco food truck dragon. And then my favorite, we created Carl and Guts. And so with every character, we create backstories. And so this is what this guy used to look like. Okay. And so he's a Chiropanthera. He's a bat lion cricket hybrid here. Bioluminescence. And then he's got this parasitic tail that's attached to him that helps him live because Carl hasn't found a mate yet. This is when Carl and Guts were celebrating my YouTube birthday. Then we have Gus. He's a Quackolin. And then we've got Moby, a Pandolfin, and my personal favorite, Keffin. Keffin, we did that a couple weeks ago. Oh, it's all good. There's so many streams to catch up. So now we've got this guy. So maybe if I hide some of his face, like, maybe it's like he's dried out. Hang on. Maybe we give him some dry, like, old people lips. Oh. Nothing scarier than old people, am I right? Shout out to all the old people out there. Not me talking about the fact that last week I literally tried to bend over and pick up a shoe and threw my back out. Was literally on the floor for 2.5 days. Okay, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with it. Scraggly, wiry whiskers coming out from his chin, but thinly spread out. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Can't hurt. Can't hurt. What if we give him, like, Gollum hair. Because Carl has a mane of a lion. So, alright, let's put his head back where it's supposed to be. And then we're supposed to kind of, okay, we've gone. What about those little Grima worm tongue kind of? Shutter Island creepiness. I've never seen it, but I tell you what, that little trailer with that woman that went, oh Lord Jesus, take the wheel. I had nightmares just watching it. You should have little hairs back there. Chris, was it you that suggested that? No, the Forgotten Man. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, sir. Not at all. Okay. Look at that. See, this community's awesome. This, I do. I would love to actually make this into a story. We've been fleshing this out. And I have been thinking about it, about turning some of these into digital drawings, kind of seeing where that goes. Does that kind of help? Are we okay with this? Stunning and brave Megatron. He steals the villager's lunch. Looks interesting. Yeah, well. Like I said, I don't want him to end up like a Backstreet Boy or something. In whiskers, or NSYNC member that had like those black braids with the white coming out. What animals are we fusing today? So he's actually Stunning and Brave Megatron. We're mixing Carl with a human. This is the bad guy. He was like Carl, but then he decided to become somewhat human, but it disfigured him in some way. Yeah. I'm feeling it. Feeling it. A little bit anyway. Got the little Michael Jackson hair in the front there. What's this guy's name? What's this guy's name, guys? He looks more evil now. Okay, good. Excellent. Excellent. What's this guy's name? Bob. All the evil ones. I feel for this one, honestly, that this guy deserves a little bit more than that standard American name that I love so much when it comes to our characters. Unless you can think of an evil standard American name. What name just spells heinousness when it comes? Gustav. 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 Well, I like the power behind the name Gustav. I think it sends a message. Joe Biden. Jeez. Welfare office? Ebcard gang leader name? Bob Iger. Oh my goodness. Okay. Iger? Biger? Gustav? How about we drop some of the letters from Gustav? Gustav. Gustav. Mix Bob Iger and Gustav. Mazdor. Because I had pronounced Scythe is what I originally thought. Scythe. Mazdor's pretty freaking cool. It's pretty. Mazdor. What if this guy, you know how we have in our world, we have a lot of crazy theorists or believers of different things that sound crazy to a lot of people, right? What if this creepy guy here believes that all creatures, you know how we have evolutionists, right? And that believe that all beings come from the water, or depending on which flavor of evolution you want to believe. What if this guy believes that they all came from humans? Because again, the misconception that humans were the all-powerful beings and whatnot, and this guy believed it. So this would make sense as to why all of these creatures have standard American human names, right? And so let's just say that this guy has, it's so funny, I kind of like this idea here. You know, so they all have that, but his parents gave him, okay, you know how sometimes in like anybody ever sing Shang-Chi and was it 10 rings or 9 rings or whatever? Anyway, where some of the Asian folk, they go over to wherever it is, I can't remember, it's been a while since I've seen it, and they ask what their name is, and they're like, my name's, I don't know, Jessica. And they're like, what's your real name? What's your Asian name? Right? And then they tell them, right? And so, or like I have friends that come from different countries, and Americans can't pronounce their name, so they go by another name. And so you'd say, well, what's your real name? So what if this guy had has a standard American, or no, excuse me. What if this guy has like some kind of fantasy name, right? And he detests it. He can't believe his parents named him something so ridiculous. Fantasy names. Bah, humbug. And he wants to know, what's his real name? What's his human name? I kind of like that because it's a different spin, right? You don't really hear about it like that. What's his human name? Maybe everyone was human and got turned into these mythical creatures. Oh, Well, I don't know if that'll work for Keffin. He's a stone half the time, or he used to be. But the fact that humans once roamed the land and these are what's left over, I'm sure we could build off of that. It's like maybe humans did experimentation. Maybe humans did experimentations, and that's what happened. All the creatures turned into these hybrids and all of that kind of stuff. And so this guy here is like, what's your real name? You know, he's on the search for his real name. Not what your mother gave you, not what so and so gave you, but your real name. Your human name. Wanting to be human. It's a very different twist because you never really. So with that being said, Mazdor is really cool. I do like kind of the idea of Gustav and then Bob Iger being mixed. Gustav? Lars. Okay, so I really do like Mazdor as his fantasy name. So then what would his human name be? No, this makes him look too friendly. There we go. What would his human name be? Ferguson. What do you think? Fernal. Homer. I would want my name to be Mazdor too, or to change my name. Could you imagine going from Mazdor to Homer? I love it in a way. It takes away the sinister aspect of him, though. Like, he's known in the land as Mazdor, but my real name is Homer. I kind of like it if it was the other way around, though, you know, like his name is Homer and then he goes by Mazdor. So maybe, okay, let's see if we can change the story a little bit. Wolfgang. Nice, strong German name. So, now that would totally change it. So it's like, what if... Because I was thinking, what if he felt bound by the human names that they had and he went in search of his fantasy name? But that would mean that everybody else had to have some kind of human aspect. That's too bad. Mazdor's really cool. But I don't mind it for his fantasy name. But Homer... Do you really think that So I need a name that strikes a commanding, you know... Kestofi? Kestofi. That's pretty cool too. Homer. Oh my gosh. So some more, let's see, some more names, some more kind of Sebastian, Philip. No. I mean, we could go with Nero. Magnus. He was Mazdor, but he now goes by Magnus. I kind of like that only because of the fact that it doesn't make that much of a difference, but to this guy, it probably means the world. No longer am I Mazdor. I am Magnus. A commanding name, you say? How about Klaus Aline? Wow. Did I say that correctly? Klaus Aline? Did I say that correctly? Yes. Klaus. Igor. We named him Igor. He went from Mazdor to Igor. Or Igor. Okay. While we're getting some more ideas here, I love them. Keep them coming if you don't mind. Your mom gets the joke. Does that mean little Klaus? Am I understanding? I don't know. Okay, so Solomon. Oh. We went gone from Mazdor to Solomon. I like that because of the fact that Solomon was a great king, one of the greatest kings, of Israel. And Solomon is just unique a name that, although I know we've got Kefin, we've got Carl, we've got Moby, but for me, I think Solomon's a unique enough name for a character like this. Yeah, Little Klaus. That's what I thought. Cyrus. That's a good one too. Solomon, Cyrus. Ooh, you guys are going good. And Solomon kind of sounds like Solo Man. The whole man aspect in there. I do kind of like Fernal. Let's see. So half Chiropanthera, half human, a distorted. Let's see if I can read my own handwriting. A distorted version of both. Or long true power. Transforming himself, what does it make him a lonely character? Well, again, if you remember, because he's half Chiropanthera, he is not looking for his spouse in order to survive, right? So Carl's creature, Chiropantheras, need to find a mate in order to survive and live. And if they don't, they have to have those parasitic tails attached to them. And so this one wanted to forego that. He wanted to be self-sufficient, didn't want to have to rely on anybody else for all of that. And so he believed he became human. So let's see. There we go. Let's add that in there. Not desiring. Let's see. To be it's not really a custom. It's like a life or death kind of situation. Not desiring to be bound. Let's see, let me erase this. Say to the ways of his species. Conjured evil magic. To become this selfish, malicious person only wanting to be reliant on himself for preservation. For preservation. Good night. We're almost done here. Reliant on himself for preservation. Not realizing. Can't write with this. Not realizing. He must continue the magical ritual in order to remain the way he is. Ultimately, becoming reliant on an outside source. So, guys, I'm thinking if he does cross paths with Carl, because again, these females of his species are so elusive and difficult to find. What if he finds out that Carl meets Kefin, who knows where this secret valley of the chicks are? And he's got some kind of wicked plan to find these women, these females, in order to somehow... I'm just kind of bouncing these ideas, but basically just kind of take them and use them in order to live long and prosper, but prolong his life. I have to think about that. We can always work on that some more. He uses mind spells to get the info he seeks. Brilliant. Thank you, Forgotten Man. Maybe he's trying to concoct, and gather all the magic, like all bad people do. And he's just, like, maybe as the story develops, he's just turning into this horrible, horrible, horrible character where as he becomes more powerful, more evil, he becomes more distorted in his appearance, deformed. Because he's trying to create a crazy hybrid version of everything. Because that's what evil people do. Yeah. It is and it's not exactly what I was thinking of trying to attempt. But overall, I like him. If I ever decide to draw him again, it'll be a little different and hopefully a little bit creepier. But given that I don't have much experience in drawing creepy and horrific kind of thing. I think he at least qualifies for creepy. I hope you guys think so. If you think so, leave me a like before we head out. I just want to say thank you all again for joining me for this week's drawing. Finally got a bad guy. Now we just need to get some females. I don't think I've drawn a single girl. I think I've done all males. So we need to get some ladies in here. And pretty soon, guys, I feel it coming. We're going to start our attempt of doing some world building as far as some landscapes, maybe some cities. We're going to figure that out. I think he looks creepy. Yes, excellent. Good night, A Trouble Green. Thank you so much for stopping by. And yeah, so guys, we'll be back again hopefully next week, unless something else weird happens. But you guys know what to do. Hit the like button on your way out. If you're new around here and you've enjoyed this stream, please feel free to subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you're already subscribed so you don't miss any upcoming events on the channel. I've got another video coming out soon of a project I've been working on since last year. My ring is so cool. Thank you. I got it for when I was going to go to the Ren Fair. It's kind of inspired by another fantasy creature that I've actually been writing a book about for 9 years now. And I need to get that fleshed out because I would love to share that with the world one day. It's really near and dear to my heart. And I finished the first draft of it. I just never went any further than that because stuff happened. And I've been having the itch to write again. But I was inspired by this one character. Was in fact a female, so I don't do just guys. I do females too. But yeah, if you're looking for ways to support the channel, those are many ways to do it. Also, you can check out the description box down below. Thank you to all of my wonderful patrons for making things like this possible, as well as for those that have supported the channel with my Amazon wish list and the PayPal. Greatly appreciate every single one of you that show up. That's ultimately the best way of support. And yeah, I think we did a pretty cool character this evening. Thank you all so much. And Tabitha's neglected script from 9 years ago right now. I know. It's like 200 and some pages. My goodness. I need to get back into it because I have many other stories that I want to tell. It looks really good. Very interesting and creepy. Thank you, Chris. I greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. I look forward to sharing more and more art with you guys. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are awesome. See you all later. Sleep well and have a great weekend.